election, probably during campaigns. Campaigns is still on. During campaigns, we comport ourselves without any forms of violence, without any forms of intimidation. So that is talking about peace before the election, that we desist from any acts that could trigger violence, like hate speech, talking about hate speech during election, during campaign. These are the things that actually triggers violence, that we desist from it. We engage in issue-based campaigns, especially for politicians. We have gone era of attacking ourselves during campaigns. What we should be discussing about now is issue-based campaigns. That okay, these are the problems on ground. Everybody knows the problem on ground. These are the problems on ground. These are the ways in which we can solve the problem. Gone are those days we'll be attacking ourselves. This one has not done well. This one, no. All these hate speech of the thing triggers violence, and one of the ways to prevent violence before election is engaging in issue-based campaigns. We shouldn't organize campaigns to attack the personality of another person. These are the things that triggers violence. By the time we have attacks that no, I'm campaigning to attack a personality. Politics shouldn't be a do or die affairs. It should be things that, we should do peacefully. So we should desist from any forms of violence, hate speech, psychological, emotion, things like that.
Thank you very much. There are other things that people do that triggers violence during, let me say, before election. Yeah. What are those things too, apart from hate speech and other things?
Or other things that people do that triggers violence before election is when we actually instigate, especially for politicians now, instigating their members that know if they attack you. This actually boils down to hate speech too, that if you attack them. If they do this to you, do that, and things like that. So these are majorly what triggers violence is hate speech. Yes, in a situation wherein people begin to make uncontrollable statements against each other, against one another. These are things. Another thing is destruction of campaign materials. Situations wherein the people destroy billboards, they destroy one billboard. These are the things. Another thing that triggers violence before election is the use of administrative resources. The use of administrative resources is when the incumbent say, okay, because I'm the incumbent, you are not going to do this, you are not going to do that. You understand? These are what triggers violence. And we call it the misuse of state administrative resources. In situations wherein the incumbent denied the opposition of some. So these are issues that actually triggers violence that we should desist.
What about on election day and after election?
Well, on the election day, we talk about snatching of ballot boxes, and you understand. So these are the things that, vote buying triggers violence. I must confess, situation wherein this is the amount we've been, vote trading, so to say. These are the things that triggers violence. Snatching of ballot boxes, and this. So that's for during the election, when we don't understand ourselves. When we take everything with all zealousness and eagerness that so political party must win and things like that. So these are the things that actually triggers violence during the election, especially at the polling unit and things like that.
And after?
Now talking about after, majorly is results. Once INEC announces results and people are not saying, no, this and this and this and this. So these are, I think I've witnessed a couple of that in previous election, not in this state, in other states of Nigeria, where immediately after the announcement of the results, people began to block the highways, you understand? So say, no, they have done this has done this, we have been robbed and things like that. So these are what triggers violence.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus Ochewumi from JDPMC. Wanle, the Basha and Darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò yìí. Ìtanijí ni o, torí pé bí gbogbo wa ṣe mọ̀ pé nípínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun, a ó dìbò lọ́jọ́ Sátidé, ọjọ́ 16 nínú oṣù tá a wà yìí, ọdún tá a wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí, July 16, 2022. A dìbò láti yan gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Gẹ́gẹ́ bá a sì ṣe mọ̀ wípé lákòókò yìí a ní láti rán ara wa létí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan ní èyí tí a kò fi ní jẹ́ kí wàhálà tàbí rògbòdìyàn ó ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣáájú ọjọ́ ìdìbò, lọ́jọ́ ìdìbò gan àti lẹ́yìn ọjọ́ ìdìbò. ìdí nìyí tá a fi gbé àwọn ìtanijí yìí kalẹ̀ ẹ máa gbọ́ wa lóòrèkóòrè ní tẹlifíṣàn wa àti ní rédíò wa láti rán wa létí àwọn tá a ní láti ṣe láti má gba rúkèrúdò láàyè ṣùgbọ́n ká gba àlàáfíà láàyè. Àlejò mi nínú yàrá agbára lónìí àwọn náà ni ọ̀gbẹ́ni Festus Ọ̀jẹ́wùmí wọ́n wá láti àjọ JDPMC àwọn tí wọ́n máa fẹ́ kí àlàáfíà kó jọba ní ibi gbogbo ẹ̀ka ti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun àwọn ni wọ́n wà lórí ètò lónìí. Àlejò wa tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ ìdìbò a mọ̀ pé ó mú nǹkan méjì dání bí ó bá ti mú wàhálà dání rògbòdìyàn yóò máa láàfíà dání àmọ́ àwọn míì ò rí ẹlòmíì ò mọ̀ túmọ̀ àlàáfíà gan débi tí ẹlòmíì gan máa mọ̀ túmọ̀ wọ́n kàn rí bí nǹkan tá a jọ ń gbé náà ni kò ní túmọ̀ sí wọn. Ẹ bá mi ṣàlàyé àlàáfíà àti rògbòdìyàn.
ẹ ṣe àlàáfíà jẹ́ ní tó ṣe pàtàkì ṣé rí wọn nǹkan pàtàkì nípa àlàáfíà ni tí if you don't téèyàn ò bá lose tí èèyàn ní kò ní àsọ tí ò bá sọnù kò ní mọyì ẹ and that is why people tó bá sọ pé a máa dàrú ni ẹni tí ò bá tí ìrogun orí ló lè máa sọ pé a máa dàrú ni torí tó bá dàrú tán kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ sí ibi iṣẹ́ ẹ̀ kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ lé ẹ̀ kò sí everything so àlàáfíà ó ṣe pàtàkì and kí tí mo àlàáfíà nígbà tí gbogbo nǹkan àlàáfíà létò ìdìbò tó bá lọ nírọ̀wọ́ ìrọ̀sẹ̀ tí ò sí jàgídíjàgan tí ò sí pé à ń yìnbọn à ń léra wa káàkiri oníkálukú lọ síbi tó ti yẹ kó dìbò ó dìbò nírọ̀wọ́ ìrọ̀sẹ̀ wọ́n sì ṣe ìkéde ìbò yẹn náà so ìtumọ̀ àlàáfíà ní pé tí ò sí jàgídíjàgan tí wọ́n pé gbogbo wa la rẹ́rìn lọ sí ètò ibi ètò ìdìbò wa gbogbo náà la sì rẹ́rìn padà ní tó ṣe pàtàkì ní ìtumọ̀ àlàáfíà ni ṣùgbọ́n ní ìdàkejì rẹ̀ gbogbo alámọ̀ tó bá ń ṣe jàgídíjàgan kò jàgídíjàgan ò bímọ rere rí kò tí ì sí kò bímọ rere kò sì lè bímọ rere torí jàgídíjàgan ò tó nǹkan ní kò ní jẹ́ kí nǹkan wà létòlétò jàgídíjàgan máa ń da nǹkan rú ni and àwọn tó dẹ̀ máa ń ṣe jàgídíjàgan gan tán bá mọ ìgbẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ sọ yìí pé
àwọn náà ò ní nípa nínú ẹ ṣeun àdúpẹ́ tápá wá ní ká wò ó àwọn nǹkan kọ̀ọ̀kan wà tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ká tó dìbò lọ́jọ́ ìbò àti lẹ́yìn ìbò tó sì jẹ́ wípé máa ń mú wàhálà dání àti rògbòdìyàn kí ni máa ń fà.
ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé n tó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ètò ìdìbò tó wáyé tá a máa ń pè ní pre-election stages ara tó máa ń fà ní ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá nígbà tá a bá ń ṣe ìkéde ìpolówó òbò nígbà tá a bá fi ọ̀rọ̀ tó yẹ ká sọ lẹ̀ tá a wá sọ̀sọ̀kúsọ so to say pé tó yẹ ká issue based campaign tó yẹ ká sọ pé n tí wàhálà wa n tí mo fẹ́ ṣeré o tí ò sí pé à ń sọ̀rọ̀ síra wa ó máa ń fa wàhálà a gbọ́dọ̀ dẹ́kun ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá tí Yorùbá ní hate speech torí ó máa ń fa wàhálà before kí ètò ìdìbò tó wáyé àná oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ á ṣe báyìí á ṣe sàn so ara tó máa ń fà á nìyẹn pípa tún ba nǹkan ẹni jẹ́ tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú campaign materials pátákó billboard gbogbo ẹ̀ bẹ́yẹn náà ó máa ń fa wàhálà kó tó di ọjọ́ ìbò àwọn nǹkan míì tó máa ń fa wàhálà ni ńgbà tí àwọn tó bá wà níjọba tán bá ní pé kí nítorí pé àwa la wà níjọba báyìí la máa ṣe fún àwọn tí ò sí níjọba àwọn tí wọ́n lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí gẹ́gẹ́ bí citizen gẹ́gẹ́ bí aráàlú Nàìjíríà àní fún wọn wọ́n máa pẹ́ àkílò gbogbo àwọn kan yìí náà máa ń fa wàhálà so àwọn tó máa ń fa wàhálà kó tó di pé ọjọ́ ìdìbò wáyé ni
lọ́jọ́ ìbò wa ń kọ́.
lọ́jọ́ ìbò ńgbà tí ìbò bá ń lọ níwọ̀rọ̀ ìrọwọ́ ọ̀rọ̀sẹ̀ táwọn kankan wà tán ni pé àádàkí ní ìrú ni o àwọn míì lè sọ pé wọ́n lè gbé bọn pé ó yá o ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ dìbò ń bí o àwa la ní lò wọ́n á jí àpótí ìbò gbé lọ àti bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ lọ́jọ́ ìdìbò náà à ń gbéra ẹni pamọ́ gbogbo nǹkan wọ̀nyí máa ń ṣe kí ni ó máa ń fa wàhálà lọ́jọ́ ìdìbò à ń gbéra ẹni pamọ́ à ń léra ẹni káàkiri à ń dáàbò rú à ń ṣe gbogbo nǹkan sóhun tó máa ń fa wàhálà ní lọ́jọ́ ìdìbò tó máa ń fa wàhálà lọ́jọ́ ìdìbò.
lẹ́yìn ìbò wa ń kọ́ o.
lẹ́yìn ìbò ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìkéde ètò èsì ìdìbò àwọn míì ti wà pé tí pati A ò bá ti wọlé o pati B ò dàrú ni o pati C kò yẹ kí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyẹn máa ṣẹlẹ̀ so tó máa ń fa wàhálà jùlọ ní wípé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ṣe ìkéde ìdìbò bóyá ẹnìkan wọlé ẹnìkan wọlé ẹni tí ò wọlé máa dàrú wọ́n yàn wá jẹ gbogbo so tó máa ń fa wàhálà ní lẹ́yìn ìdìbò nìyẹn ṣé rí kò sí bí olùdíje ṣe lè pọ̀ tó ẹnìkan náà ni ó jókòó lórí àga náà so gbogbo yẹn náà la gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ la sì gbọ́dọ̀ fi fara balẹ̀ kò sí àti ní general election tó ń bọ̀ o àti ti election tá a fẹ́ ṣe kò sí bá a ṣe lè pọ̀ tó ẹnìkan náà ni èèyàn méjì ò lè jókòó sórí àga kan náà kò ṣeé ṣe so a gbọ́dọ̀ níyẹn lọ́kàn wa so ètò wípé à ń ṣe announcement ètò ìdìbò kò yẹ kó a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó ṣe gínú kó fa wàhálà.
ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ báwo la ṣe wá fẹ́ dẹ́kun gbogbo wàhálà yìí kí la ṣe láti wàásù ìfẹ́ àti àlàáfíà.
kẹ́rí ọ̀nà tá a fi lè dẹ́kun ẹ̀ ó ní ìbí ètò yìí náà ara ẹ̀ ní ká máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ pé wàhálà ò bímọ rí o wàhálà kan ò bímọ rí ọ̀nà tá a fi lè dẹ́kun ẹ̀ nìyẹn torí ètò wípé àlàáfíà kì í ṣe ojúṣe ẹnìkan ojúṣe gbogbo wa ni kì í ṣe ojúṣe àwọn agbófinró nìkan kì í ṣe ojúṣe INEC nìkan kì í ṣe ojúṣe àwọn olóṣèlú nìkan gbogbo wa ni gbogbo wa gbọ́dọ̀ jókòó papọ̀ láti rí i pé ó kí o elétò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ yìí o a fẹ́ wàhálà rárá ni bó ti wù ú mọ́ a fẹ́ ìtàjẹ̀sílẹ̀ bó ti wù ú mọ́ a fẹ́ jàgídíjàgan bó ti wù ú mọ́ ojúṣe gbogbo wa ni ìyá kó bọ́mọ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ bàbá kó bọ́mọ ẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn olóṣèlú kan bá àwọn èrò lẹ́yìn wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ká bá gbogbo wa sọ̀rọ̀ nítorí pé ìpínlẹ̀ wa lélẹ́yìí a nípínlẹ̀ mìíràn tó yàtọ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ wa a sì gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó ṣe kí ni a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó dàrú a gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ so gbogbo àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni la nílò láti máa bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé kí oníkálùkù ká ṣe kí ni o ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo àwọn oníjàgídíjà ká tọ ọwọ́ ọmọ wa bọ́ aṣọ nítorí pé ibi tálàáfíà bá wà ibẹ̀ ni ìdàgbàsókè máa ń wà.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. How do we preach peace and love to the electorate, even to the politicians?
Yes, we need to speak to our politicians that this is our city, this is our state. We do not have another state, and our personal, their personal ambition should not actually truncate the peace of the society. Power is given by God. Yes, we know that. They should desist from any act that could actually create pandemonium in the society. The politicians need to speak to their followers, not to disturb the peace of our states. They should speak to them. I strongly they hear them. I know that they hear them, and that is why everybody must preach peace. Just as we are doing at this station, everybody must preach peace. There must be peace. Everybody must desist on any act of violence. Everybody. There must not be violence targeted against anyone. Every one of us should go out peacefully Saturday. Let's cast our votes. We can wait for the announcement of the result at the polling unit. Fine. Whoever that does not want to wait can go back home. And so there shouldn't be, we should talk about it. That's just it. We should create awareness about it. The traditional rulers should talk about it. Religious leaders should preach peace. In all their sermons, they should preach peace. All the non-governmental organizations, this is one of your the opportunity of preaching peace, and that is why this program is organized. Everybody should do same. We should talk about peace in our mosque. We should talk about peace in our churches. We should talk about peace in our homes and everything. There must be peace, because that is when we can have tranquility and effect for everybody to go on their business. So
thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ojewumi. Let's look at our youths out there. They are the mercenaries.
Yes.
And want you to talk to them, not to allow these politicians to make use of them to disrupt election.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm using this opportunity to speak with my fellow youths, actually, because this thing is very important. Youths are agents of change. Youths are transformers. Youths are emancipators, and they should display it in this forthcoming election. We are not agents of destruction. Why should youth be allowed to be used as tool to destroy the peace of the society? Honestly, we are agents of change. Youth, we are futuristic. That is the definition of my own youth. we shouldn't. So I first disappointed somehow when some youth now rise up and say, no, we have to destroy this and this, whereas those people sponsoring them, their own children are somewhere else enjoying under AC, cooling their brains, living a meaningful life. But I will see some youth and say, no, you are this. So youth should desist from any act that can actually disturb the peace of our land. Youth, we must actually desist from it. You know, life is sacred. Life is sacred. A lot of people are dying. In the time past, a lot of people had lost their life to violence in elections. They are no more. Their memory is forgotten. And the youth should also know this, that no, I cannot die for someone else. I cannot die because someone else wants to get to positions of authority because of money that is just paper that will be spent. So youth should actually have this mindset and mentality that their life should be meaningful to them. Parents should speak to their children. The guardians should speak to their words, and all. Everybody must preach about peace. So youth are not agents of destructions. We are agents of change, and we should be seen in like manner at this forthcoming election.
Thank you very much. What would you say about vote buying?
Actually, vote buying is it's a menace. It's a menace that has actually eaten deep into the fabrics of our electoral system. And people talks about because of poverty. No, I don't want to. Poverty. Is it the money they collect during on the election? Is it the same money that will feed them for the next 4 years? So if we are talking about poverty, is it 500 naira that we collect, that we actually cushion the hardship of the next 4 years? So I've discussed about it on different platforms about issue of votes, but it will not help. The politicians that are dishing out money to buy votes, they know where they will get it back. They are not fools.
Adiogo,
yes. They are not fools. They are not fools. And there is no Father Christmas anywhere. There's an adage that says when you get to Freetown, the capital city of Sierra Leone, nothing is free. Yes. When you get to Freetown, you will pay for whatever you want. So if you collect money in form of votes, but don't worry. Those people spending that money, paying in dollars, pounds, and other hard currencies, will recoup their money when they get there. They are not fools. And I remember I had the story of one senator I will not mention. When our people was agitating, you didn't do this for us, you didn't do that for us. What the message the senator told them was, no, you cannot push me, you cannot stress me. I have paid your bills when I was campaigning. So all these things you're asking for, I don't know. I've given you the money. Yes. When we collect money in form of vote buying, we are equipping these politicians to tell us, so they have that confidence to say, no, I have paid you my dues. I'm not owing you anything. Because there are some of them that have that audacity that will tell you, no, I know the amount. Listen, in our organization, we actually track campaign finance. And we have realized hundreds of billions of money that goes into issue of elections. Where are this money coming from? And at the end of the day, they will always get back their money. And any institutions, any country, any state that is built on money, such institutions don't last. And that is the edge at which we find ourselves now. You engage a little child, you want to send that child an errand. The next thing is, what will come of it for me? What do I stand to gain? We can't progress this way. The spirit of volunteering is no more there. No one wants to volunteer. Everybody is money. How did we get here?
So, àlejò wa, nítorí àkókò wa tó ti kó wa ní pápá mọ́ra. Ẹ jẹ́ sáré béèrè ìbéèrè méjì kó tó di pé a rí pé bí egun àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa báwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ṣe san ogun tó kàkà kí wọ́n lò sọ́nà ibi tó dáa ọ̀nà kádàlúrú lákòókò ìdìbò káwọn bàbá kan gbẹ̀gbọ́n lé wọn lọ́wọ́ ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ń darí agbára wọn sí kí ló dé tó fi rí bẹ́ẹ̀.
When the foundation is destroyed, ìpìlẹ̀ tó bá bàjẹ́ kí ni olódùdó fẹ́ ṣe? A lot of things ló ń fà á. Ṣé gbogbo wa la lẹ́mìí wípé bóyá a ní àwọn ìdojúkọ kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọ̀dọ́, gbogbo wa kọ́ la lẹ́mìí wípé màá wá sọ rárá sí àwọn nǹkan tí ò tọ́. not everybody has that spirit pé no ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tí nǹkan kékeré bá ti ṣe wọ́n báyìí táwọn bàbá àlàyé kan bá ti gbówó wá báyìí owó lélẹ́yìí ni mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan owó ti da gbogbo ẹ̀rú owó and a gbọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀síwájú báyìí so ó nìyẹn pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ wà tí ò rí iṣẹ́ lóòótọ́ ni
ṣẹṣẹ wà ní iṣẹ́ torutoru táwọn ọmọ
ṣẹṣẹ wà ní torutoru ẹ rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀dọ́ ẹ máa rí gone too soon 30 years 25 years nígbà tẹ́ bá máa bèrè pé kí ló ṣe léyìí yìí ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nítorí nǹkan what they are engaged in nítorí nǹkan dáwọ́lé kò kí ń jẹ́ kẹ́mi wọn gùn so agbógbó nǹkan wọ̀nyí ni la gbọ́dọ̀ máa rò wípé no ó ṣe pàtàkì ká gbégbé ayé àlàáfíà ó ṣe pàtàkì káwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí pé kò sí dojúkọ tá a bá ní kò ní lọ títí tá a bá láfojúsùn. ẹ
ṣe èyí táwọn òbí wa náà àtàwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà tó máa ń gbowó ká tó dìbò nǹkan dìbò kó sebẹ̀.
ṣe rí ètò ìdìbò tó sebẹ̀ àtẹni tó ta ìbò àtẹni tó ra àbò ni ló yẹ ká bú nítorí ìgbà míì mo máa ń sọ pé vote buying as of vote trading tí n bá fẹ́ ra nǹkan ó túmọ̀ sí pé nìkan ti wà tí ó tà fún mi ṣùgbọ́n tí ò bá sẹ́ni tó máa tà fún mi mi lè rí nǹkan kan rà àtẹni tó tà àtẹni tó rà àwọn ló yẹ ká bú òbí mi tiẹ̀ máa sọ fún mi pé ìwọ náà ṣé bó ti pé ojú lọ dìbò kó bá a fi gbowó there is nothing the place of what's it called mi mo ṣe fẹ́ sọ the place of integrity ò sí mọ́ there is no good character ò sí mọ́
àti ẹ̀rọ orúkọ rere
orúkọ kò sí ìyẹn ò tiẹ̀ sí nínú ìwé wa mọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ ní owó òbí mi àti ọmọ ẹ̀ jáde pé ìwọ náà lọ ṣe ọmọbìnrin ìwọ náà lọ ṣe nǹkan ṣe ẹ wá sọ fún mi tí òbí yẹn bá wá rí ọ̀bọ̀ yìí nípa ìwọ náà jẹ́ lọ gbowó wọ́n máa ń pín owó bẹ́ẹ̀ kó lọ gbowó kó lọ dìbò sẹ́ẹ̀rì so gbogbo èèyàn ló lẹ́bi àtòbí náà and that is why ní ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀.
ẹ ṣeun náà ni à ń lọ pé kẹ́ bá àgbà wọn yẹn wà níyànjú lórí ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ lọ́sùn láìpẹ́ yìí.
so ìyànjú tí mo fẹ́ gbà ni àwa tí ó jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ tá a ti ní káàdì ìdìbò wa tó bá ti di ìjọ sátidé ẹ jẹ́ jáde ká lọ dìbò àwa tá à ń ṣe ọ̀dọ́ náà ẹ jẹ́ ká jáde ká lọ dìbò ká dìbò wa fún ẹni tí ó bá wù wá lẹ́dọ̀ ká dìbò wa fún ẹni tó bá wù wá ẹni tí a bá rí i pé ó lè ṣe dáadáa ká dìbò wa fún ká má ní lọ́kàn pé torí owó tán fẹ́ fún mi yìí ni mo ṣe fẹ́ lọ dìbò ká má ní lọ́kàn owó tá a bá gbà kò lè tán sọ̀rọ̀ wa.
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus Ojewumi from JDPMC.
Thank you for having me.
I want to thank you all for being there for us at all times. This is the Sensitization program from OSBC TV, channel 32 UHF. I want to thank all of us, the crew. I want to thank you. Temitayo of Agborun, thank you. Paul Oniti, thank you. Ayowale Atoyebi, thank you. Lasun Oyebayo, thank you. Dupe Akinyemi, thank you. Oyedeji, thank you. We thank all of us, one way or the other, that we have participated in gathering information and bringing guests. My name is Titi Lokwe Achiboye. Probably tomorrow we shall be here again to talk about another topic. But until then, don't forget, on behalf of the DG OSBC, Mr. Rashid Folaromi, who is the head of this team, I want to thank you for your support at all times. Our guest, once again, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
You've been here since hours, and so we appreciate that. Until tomorrow, we'll come your way with yet another guest and another topic. I am yours sincerely, Titi Lokwe Achiboye. Don't forget, do not fight. Vote, don't fight. Election no be war. Election is not war. Let us go out there and vote peacefully. Osun to ti dára kò ní bàjẹ́.